So, what can we do? First, we need to put meat on the bones of the recent pledges to transfer German patriots to Ukraine, backfilled by the United States. And this new aid mechanism shouldn't be limited to patriots, but should be expanded to include other material as well, including munitions for Ukraine's other air defense capabilities. In other words, it shouldn't just be one patriot and done. If these arms are to reach Ukraine in a timely manner, frankly, we may have to accept a little short-term risk with our own stocks, understanding that Ukraine is the one currently in the fight and is actively degrading the Russian military threat. And as my colleagues at my think tank FDD have argued, the risk is manageable and can be mitigated through investment in maximal U.S. production. In addition, as my colleague Mark Montgomery argued after a recent trip to Ukraine, the United States should help Kyiv integrate the advanced counter-drone rockets with its F-16s to counter Shahed-type drones, the same rockets that the American F-16s and F-15s have recently been using in the Middle East. Earlier this summer, the Pentagon diverted to the Middle East fuses for those rockets that had been procured for Ukraine. With the Iran-Israel war now over, the Pentagon and Congress should reassess the quantities needed in the Central Command area of responsibility and send as many as possible to Ukraine. Moreover, Western countries should provide funding for Ukrainian companies to scale up production of promised new capabilities such as counter-Shahed FPV drones and automatic aircraft turrets like the Sky Sentinel. Europe has recently taken a good first step on this front, but more funding would be useful. And any USAI funding that's been committed but not yet obligated should be put on contract as soon as possible. To create maximal leverage over Putin, Trump administration should tap its remaining presidential drawdown authority for Ukraine and ask Congress for a Ukraine leverage package that provides additional PDA replacement funding and USAI funding. This could be used in part to bolster Ukraine's air defenses.